What is up, YouTube? It's Sync Sports Bets here, and in today's video, I got 4 player props for the Week 5 NFL slates. We have been cashing out an insane amount. This is the biggest, best hot streak I've ever been on. Literally cashing out every single weekend. We are profiting big time. Let me show you guys some evidence. I'm not just gonna keep talking and not show the evidence here because look at this huge VIP wins every single week on the full season football pass. So if you look at this Pickett, if you guys don't know what Pickett is, it's an app where it combines every single betting app you have on your phone into one of your profit and loss. So this is overall for the September, the final results. We went 59 and 120 and then had four cashbacks. And look at this, man. We ended off the month on a huge win streak, guys. This is legit. Profited 1,153. The only bets I'm doing is like 5, 10, 20, and $100 bets. So it's big time profit. We're using only Prizepicks, Flip, and Chalkboard to be able to win. But man, we are cashing out almost every single day. It's been amazing. I mean, you guys can definitely avoid the betting on Tuesday and Friday. Historically, for some reason, I can't hit. Usually like the Taco Tuesday slips. This is also combining a little bit of the 1 month VIP as well, but majority of this is from football. So you guys will be able to win so much money if you guys tail all my slips with the same unit sizes as I do. So I like to base my unit size on $10 every 1 unit. So as you guys can see here, evidence that we are cashing out at a huge amount. Just looking at the slips here, this is one of our biggest slips on the weekend, 20 to pay 240. So we also used a payout boost because the touchdown free slip that PrizePick offers, if you get any of them correct, you get a payout boost to use on a different slip. So that was absolutely free. Here's another one here, 4-man goblin slip. This was sweat free as well. And then you got BYU and the Bears. These are just my personal 2 favorite teams. I knew they were going to win, so I had to put them in a slip, and I cashed out big time. So those are just some of these, just a little bit of slips that I won. So huge wins there. We also have a free Discord if you're interested in joining to chat with me and the members. You can join this. Link down in the video description below. So yeah, just posting the free picks on the admin channel here. And if you join the full season pass, you'll be added to this private channel here on the Discord. So if you guys want to join, click the link down in the video description below for the winnable, and you'll be able to join. Winnable is just the website which I sell the VIP picks. So if you scroll down here to my passes, you got the full season pass for football only. This is the only pass that I have football on. Do not join the VIP 1 month if you're expecting to see football picks. You might every here and there, but kind of depends on if there's sports going on that day or not. Then if not, I'll post some football picks there. But for the full season pass, you got college football, NFL, all season long. Price has dropped down to $64 only because we're through week 5. So price will keep dropping down because there's only a few weeks in the season. So midway through the NFL season, I'm going to drop it down a little bit more. But yeah, you guys are all already missing out on so much value. So you got to join now before it's too late, before you're missing out on so much money. But if you guys want to try me out, join the VIP 1 month. I will be posting a lot of NBA picks. We just cashed out on an NBA prize pick slip. So really excited for that. We got MLB playoffs. It's a really good time to bet. And if you guys want to cash out with me, welcome to join either of these picks. If you use code EASY, EASY, for the full season pass, you get $10 off. So you're only paying $54 for the rest of the season up until the Super Bowl. But I don't want to waste too much of you guys' time. I think you guys get the gist there. I found 4 picks that I like. Obviously, today's Thursday, so PrizePicks hasn't released all of their picks. So that's why I got VIP to continue to post the new picks that I like a lot with favorable matchups, high hit rates, and whatnot using outlier research. But these are 4 picks I really like. So, first pick of the day, we're going to go with Dylan Gabriel. He's making his first start as a Brown. So, Dylan Gabriel, we are favoring that he struggles versus that Vikings defense. Vikings defense is one of the best in the league. And all of the quarterbacks who have faced Vikings defense have hit their unders. Dylan Gabriel should struggle to get this much yards. I think this should be free. I actually did take this at 182.5. Already dropped down 4 yards. Literally took that like 20 minutes ago. So you guys got to take this early and often. Put this on several of your slips. I'm banking that Dylan Gabriel struggles. If Joe Flacco struggles as a 40-year-old quarterback, I think Dylan Gabriel will struggle. Obviously, Joe Flacco has so much more experience and has still a great arm, but has already been benched. Cleveland's going down the dumps. They don't have a great offense whatsoever. Judy's barely been involved in the offense, but their defense, man, elite, and will keep him somewhat in games, but I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game. Dylan Gabriel probably won't get much done. If all the other quarterbacks can't hit their overs, I don't expect Dylan Gabriel to. So let's go to Outlier to see his stats. Okay, so obviously not a lot to look at, but going to the top right, line movement, Dylan Gabriel opened at 194.5. That is extremely high. It's already been dropped down over 20 yards. You guys already know he's going to hit the under. Passing yards allowed, Minnesota's ranked number 3 in the entire league, averaging 150 yards. So Dylan Gabriel, I think he's going to get maybe 140 passing yards. It kind of just depends, man. Like, yeah, you can always get a big play and hit the over, and they do pass 65% of the time, but I think they just suck. I think they're just bad. Jared Judy, they got Fannin. Njoku, I don't even know if Njoku's playing. Isaiah Bond hasn't done much. They just have nothing. They have Quinshon Judkins, who's provided a spark on the run game, but the pass game's been very poor. That's why they're making the change in quarterback. Biggest reason why I'm taking this pick, Rodgers, Browning, Penix, and Williams all hit their unders versus the Vikings defense. So I think Dylan Gabriel will struggle in his first start as a Brown. And they're playing overseas, it looks like. So, he's going to have jet lag, which would make sense. I actually do see a lot of players have jet lag because they play so bad overseas. So we'll see, man. Would be a fun game to wake up to, looking at some green to start on Sunday. I don't think I'll be watching this game whatsoever. All right, guys, our second pick of the day, we're going to go under Jordan Mason, longest reception of 7.5. I actually took him at 8.5 20 minutes ago. Another prop that just dropped down. I don't know why it's happening. But Jordan Mason, under 7.5, longest reception. We're going to take that. His actual line for receiving yards is 4 yards higher. So, you can pick your poison there, but the hit rate for longest reception is a lot better. If you guys know Cleveland's defense, they shut down Gibbs last week. And I think they're going to shut down a majority of running backs throughout the season as long as their defense is healthy. But if you look at Pittsburgh, he barely had a decent gain versus Pittsburgh's defense, and had a 13-yard longest reception. But I really don't think it's going to happen versus Cleveland's defense, especially the fact that they're locking down all of these star running backs so far this season. So let's go to Outlier to see his stats. All right, guys, Jordan Mason opened this line at 9.5, already been dropped down to 7.5. In 2025, he's hit under 3 of 4 games. In 2024, he hit under 9 of 12 games. That's a 75% hit rate. Also playing on a different team on the Niners. So if you go to 2025, going to receptions and targets, he caught all 3 receptions last week, wasn't targeted at all versus the Bengals. And then in Atlanta, 2 for 3, and then versus Chicago, he only had 1 reception. Obviously, Aaron Jones is out, so Mason will get a majority of the workload. They do pass more than they run. That does play a factor, but Jordan Mason only has 7 targets this season. That's not quite anything, if I'm being honest. And look at this, man. This is the biggest reason we have been cashing out so much on the fact that Outlier is putting the stat up of previous running backs versus Cleveland's defense, or just for any prop to look at the green and the red to see the results through past weeks. And this has been a huge moneymaker for me, in my opinion. That's why you guys got to get Outlier. So you can actually download Outlier down in the video description below. 7-day free trial, $20 monthly after that. It is totally worth it if you do your research correctly. If you want to copy the way I like to do it, you're more than welcome to. But Jahmyr Gibbs, like I mentioned before, hit his under on his longest reception line. Same with David Montgomery, Derrick Henry. Justice Hill is actually a big one because he's actually majority of a receiving back. Chase Brown was huge. Samaje Perine. So the only one that hit over, had a breakaway, luckily, was Josh Jacobs. So his line was actually the highest odds out of all of them besides Chase Brown. So I like it. I mean, it's a risk. Obviously, it can happen in any play, but I like this pick a lot. Great hit rates. Only one running back has hit their over in their own respective lines. So we're going to take that under there. Let's go to our third pick of the day. We're going to pick Tyler Warren. I freaking love this guy. Rookie for the Colts. And he's actually on my fantasy team. He's been a big reason why I am undefeated 4-0 to start the season. So luckily, he's been a huge bucket for me. 53.5 receiving yards versus the Raiders defense. Raiders defense kind of stinks in my opinion, and I think Daniel Jones is going to go off in this game and take another win to go 4-1. So he's cashed us out 3 of 4 games, being the second leading targets on the team. So really good pick here. I think this is a pretty low line for being the second most targeted player on the Colts offense. So let's go to Outlier to see his stats. Okay, so Tyler Warren's line has opened at 55.5. It kind of is in a favor of it being dropped a couple yards. I think that happens with every pick. It drops a little bit for receiving yards. I mean, that's fine with me. I'm still going to take the over. Receiving yards allowed. Las Vegas is ranked 23, averaging 237 receiving yards allowed. If you go to receptions and targets, he's had a huge chunk of targets and receptions. First week, he had 9 targets, then 7, then 5, then 6. That's plenty enough for me to want to take the over. They pass about the same, a little bit more than they run. As you guys can see, Tyler Warren is the second most targeted player on the offense behind Michael Pittman. And if you look at here for the tight ends, Cole Kmet hit, Ertz hit, same with Henry. Hooper, Disley, and Conklin, I mean, they're all tight ends that aren't really a number one tight end. Like Disley and Conklin split, Hooper and Henry split, but Ertz and Kmet are like the main tight ends for those respective teams. Same with Tyler Warren. As you guys can see, man, their backup tight end literally has 2 targets on the season. So I don't think this matters much on the bottom here for Tyler Warren. I think he's on a whole different level. Obviously a first round pick. So take his over there. This guy's a beast. I loved watching him at Penn State. I trust this line a lot and would be surprised if he hits his under here. So let's go to our last pick of the day. I'm not super confident in this pick. It is on Monday night, so obviously this isn't correlated to Sunday. You guys can avoid it, but I'm going to take the under on Travis Hunter under his receiving yards versus that Kansas City defense. Kansas City defense has been lighting it up lately. So Travis Hunter, is he going to pull up here? Travis Hunter. There we go. He only has 1 lineup, which is pretty weird. No longest reception, nothing, but I do understand today's Thursday, the game's on Monday night. So you guys can take this pick if you guys want. Tyler Hunter is still a great wide receiver. He can definitely hit his over, but versus Kansas City's defense, a lot of receivers have struggled versus those cornerbacks, safeties, whatever you want to call them, linebackers. So I like this pick here. Let's go to Outlier to see his stats. Okay, so on Outlier, Travis Hunter has hit under this line 3 of 4 games. It's a 75% hit rate. Receiving yards allowed, they are ranked number 7 for the Chiefs, averaging 194.5 receiving yards allowed. This line hasn't moved at all. I think it's pretty early to take this line, but if you go to receptions and targets, he had 8 targets week 1, 6 week 2, 2 in week 3. That's pretty bad. And then 5 in week 4. They do pass more than they run at 56%. Travis Hunter's the number 3 targeted player on the offense. But look at this. This is the biggest reason why I like this pick. For all of the wide receivers that have faced Chiefs defense that had lines up previously on Prizepicks, looks like a majority, I would say 90% of players have hit their unders. Big names to mention. Bateman hit his under, Malik Neighbors, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Dotson. The only players that hit their over were Zay Flowers and Darius Slayton versus this Kansas City defense. So good pick there. Travis Hunter, I mean, I respect the guy. He could totally hit his over. Kind of a toss-up there, but the stats favor his under for that pick. So I locked it in before, $10 to win 100. So this is a 10x slip, pretty hefty slip. You guys can flex if you guys have a low bankroll, but I got a pretty big bankroll. Obviously, you guys can see. So I'm locking it in for $10 to win 100. So that is all I have for today. Make sure to check the links down in the video description below. And I'll be posting a college football video later this week, probably around Friday nights, so tomorrow nights. And look forward to that. Can't wait to win some more money with you guys. Join the Discord if you'd like to chat with me. Love to talk to you, help you guys win some bets. So hope you guys have a great day. Peace.